Welcome back to the Mountain Morning Show. We're meeting lots and lots of new friends today here on the program. Molly Miller is one we've known for a little while. She's, of course, with the Park City School District, Community Relations Specialist. But we brought with her a new friend, and that's Eric Esquivel, who is the Latino Community Relations Specialist for the district.
That's correct.
Yes, he's my partner in crime.
Is that right?
He has taken on what was a former Latino community outreach position. We really expanded that position and his role, and he has some lofty goals that he has to achieve, and I'll let him kind of.
Well, as we should expand it, it makes sense because our community of Latinos is growing tremendously, I think.
It's a huge portion of our population, and really, when I came on, I saw that there was a large gap in communication, and it just wasn't right that our Spanish-speaking population wasn't involved and as informed as they could be. So Eric is kind of taking the lead on making sure we close that gap.
Yeah, you're absolutely right when you mentioned that the Latino population has grown tremendously. It's 25% of our student population at this point. And so the school district did an excellent job, put excellent people in key positions, but it wasn't coordinated. And so this position that I have now has been expanded to make sure that we manage it and move forward in a more efficient and effective way. So we've partnered with a lot of the other community groups within the city, PC Advocacy, PC Unidos, People's Health Clinic. So part of my job is to make sure that that we're involved and moving in the same direction as these other groups within the community.
Well, there's a lot of moving parts, as you mentioned, the health side of it for kids and families, making sure that the kids got to come to school healthy, or they don't even get to school.
Exactly.
But there's the other moving parts too about language issues and teachers, and make sure that things are coordinated. There's a lot there, right?
There are a lot of moving parts. On the academic side, for example, we want to make sure that third grade children are reading at grade level.
Right.
So there's a lot of moving pieces there. There's the administrators and the direction that we're moving there, the teachers, and then trying to coordinate after school programs and trying to bring in outside groups that can maybe volunteer to help with that reading. And then one of the key components is involving these parents, because a lot of the Latino parents, I think, culturally and also just lack of awareness, they're not as involved.
Yeah, in their country, it's not unheard of to just, the kids are going to school and that's taken care of, and they take care of the other parts of it, making sure that there's providing for the family becomes integral, then probably the most important part. But we do things a little different here, don't we?
We do, and studies have shown that when the parents are involved, students have more success. So we need to educate our parents too. That is another component of one of the areas that I have, and that's adult education. Right. Making sure that they're learning English, trying to get them a GED. Also teach them how to work within the school system so that they can get involved and we can empower them. Again, the more activities that they show up to, their kids will see that they're active.
And that's empowering to those children, because those children feel, hey, look, mom and dad they're trying to do the same thing I am. Right?
Exactly, and then they're part of the community now, instead of just being this, in the shadow or the silent group.
Wow.
And it's intimidating to kind of break that wall and join a community that's already established. And Eric has a tremendous background in public service. His family comes from Mexico. He understands both sides of the coin, and really he leads the Latino Advocacy team, which is a three-pronged approach. So he's the coordinator, and we do have tremendous outreach workers already in place, like he said. He is the main man. Wow. The main man.
Yeah,
I like it.
Just in charge of coordinating and making sure that we're all working together, seeing what else we need, what other resources we need, seeing who's doing what already, because they're already doing tremendous outreach with our Latino community. So he's a former fire chief, and he just has great coordination skills and management skills, and he's just going to bring so much to the table. Park City's really lucky to have him in our school district.
Can tell already. And I got to say, not to belabor the issue, but I want to kind of just reach back for just a moment. What I think I remember, or what I think I feel from some of what you've said here, is that it's not dissimilar from our original immigrants to this country who came here, brought their children, and thought, okay, this generation is the one that's going to be involved and figure things out. We're just going to take care of the work part and make sure that we provide. That is not a model that works real well now. Having that integration and having those children feel like everybody's part of that community is what changes things and keeps us from having those little segments of society that are feeling disenfranchised.
And that's very true. And we're lucky here in Park City. Every day, I think it's a great day in Park City, and it really is for the Park City School District.
Yeah.
We have tremendous partners within the community. We have a mayor that has welcomed them. We have other groups that are willing to donate time, that are willing to donate money. family. So our population here, Latino population, is very fortunate to have such a great giving community like
They're in the
we
right
have.
place.
They're in the right place, and so hopefully,
Yeah.
you know, we can get our parents moving in that right direction.
I think we all benefit also from them being here, in that these cultural exchanges that we're having. You know, we see you know, the ability, because of our Spanish population, of being able to have our children exposed to those languages, to the culture. Not to mention us as adults. This is a huge thing that we have to mention too. That there's that wonderful growth as we bring that melting pot of Park City together.
Right.
And that's one of the most beautiful things about Park City,
Yeah.
is this combination of cultures and languages and religions and backgrounds. It's just a really beautiful melting pot, as you
Yeah.
said.
We have only a few minutes, and there's a lot to talk about, Molly. So let's get into some of the district things that you need to discuss with us.
So Thursday, 6 to 8 p.m., Park City High School Lecture Hall is the last and really critical community input meeting. And this is all centered around the high school expansion
It
designs.
is a big deal. I don't think people realize how huge this is.
And you know, it's like, even if your kid isn't even in school yet, this is going to affect your child. If your child's going to be educated in the Park City School District, which is the best in the state and beyond, we're going to continue to maintain that reputation, but we need your input to make sure that that education keeps its high standard.
Well, as we know, no one knows how to walk those halls like the kids that are going there.
Exactly.
And that's the information that they hopefully are sharing with you as parents, and you should be sharing with the district.
Yes, exactly. So we know that we're having a large group of teachers, and we're talking about things like the daycare needs, the daycare, which provides such a critical service to our teachers. It's so much less expensive than other daycares in the area.
Yeah.
So those needs, and we're growing, and just our long-term future vision plan, we're also going to get into some potential bonding, because to finish the entirety of the high school expansion, we will likely need to go to bond. We also have an additional facility that's needed, an elementary school.
Right.
And whether that's a 5-6 elementary school, or whether that's a K through 6 or pre-K through 6, we really need the community to be informed about what's best for the education of our students.
Right.
We had a committee present to the board last week, about a week and a half ago, and provide research, really thoughtful, layered research on why a 5-6 facility would be the best elementary school to build, and have that right next to the 7-8 on Ecker campus.
Wow.
So just to come and learn more about why that looks like it could be the best possible educational future for our children, and just kind of just get the background. It's hard to understand everything when you're reading it on Facebook or the website.
Oh, even just looking at the pictures and things, you're like, I have no idea what's going on
and
here.
just even like listening to me talk. What is she talking about? Come to the
Come
meeting.
in and get some more detailed info.
We put the information everywhere. We email, we newsletter, we do this. Now it's up to Park City to show up, and we know from the Women's March
that they will, that they can.
They can.
Yeah.
So now it's on us to show up.
I want to see that kind of turnout for school stuff.
Me too.
Right? What is going on? We can go out there like that. 8,000 people show up for something like that.
That's what I'm talking
How about
about.
we get them here for school stuff? All right, you got 1 minute, like 30 seconds left. Tell me what else is left.
So we are piloting a cool new text platform at Ecker Hill. So it's texting to parents, because we know that everybody texts. Texts have a 100% read rate. So Atlas RTX is a local startup. They are helping us. You guys are going to hear more about this. It's called PCSD Parent Link. You'll get a text, be able to respond in real time. It's going to be fabulous.
All right, we're figuring out new ways to communicate with the kids and the parents. That's what school is all about. The school district right on the leading edge of that. Molly Miller taking us down that road, and we are headed to the future very fast. We're also headed to tomorrow's show very fast as we end our program today. We'll see you tomorrow from 7 to 11. Until then, make sure you get out on the snow on a pair of sticks or boards and enjoy that weather, because it's not going to last. We'll see you tomorrow here on the Mountain Morning Show.